Hi everyone, I'm Daniel Williams, Senior Editor at MGMA, and we are here with Melinda Mastel. We're at the Leaders Conference in Denver. Melinda, welcome.
Thank you so much. It's been amazing already, and it just started.
This is true. We're only a few hours into the program, but before we get into your speaking engagement, which already took place, we need to talk about what you've been doing in Denver and Colorado since you've been here.
Absolutely.
You got here Thursday, 7 a.m., as you were just telling me. What have you done? Because this is, I might have to fact check some of this.
I have photos to prove it.
This is amazing what you've already done while you've been here in the Colorado area.
Yeah, I love to get to know the area and kind of the culture when I go somewhere. So this is my first time in Colorado.
Okay.
So I went online, did some research, and looked for some good reviews of things to do. So Thursday I came in. I drove the Rocky Mountain Arsenal Wildlife Refuge, which was really pretty. So saw some bison and lots of prairie dogs there, and did the little audio tour. And then I wanted to check out Boulder, so I did a kind of lunch stop there. Saw the Flatirons, and then I drove down to Conifer and did some zip lines.
And what was your top speed?
Up to 60 miles an hour. And it was incredible. So I've only done like a little zip line, like our local zoo has a zip line actually. That's the zip line I've done, and I kind of wondered what I got myself into when I looked down the first one, because this is like the real, this is the real thing. This is the real thing over the forest, but it was super, super fun. Just an amazing time. And then Friday, I did Rocky Mountain National Park, so I did a tour there, which was incredible. It's the elk rut, apparently, and I learned had an amazing tour guide. I learned all about ecology, history, geology, culture, like just trove of information. That was awesome. Saw some fall colors. And then Saturday, I did Pikes Peak Garden of the Gods, so Colorado Springs area.
Let me stop you now. You're wearing the shirt. You're wearing the Garden of the Gods t-shirt.
Souvenir shirt. I was not planning to wear this today, but I was like, I'm going to go for the true like Colorado experience today. So that was awesome. Drive up Pikes Peak was crazy. It is. I couldn't believe people were cycling that thing, but that was awesome. Little chilly up there and high elevation. And then this morning did a quicker tour of Red Rocks. And stopped in Golden, and then I was off to the conference. Okay,
if healthcare doesn't work out, you've got a future
I might be a tour guide.
You might be a tour guide in your future.
I love packing everything in.
This is so cool. So you're here. We spoke not too long ago. We spoke about your session, Early Careerists. It was, how would you describe it? Was it a meetup? Was it a workshop? Tell us about this Early Careerists program.
Yeah, so they're calling them resource groups, which I think is kind of a nice, so it's very interactive, kind of peer-based. So I would call it an interactive discussion is probably what I would call it. So we had slides, we shared our insights and had some topic starters, but we actually didn't even get through the whole thing because we had a lot of participation, which was awesome. So it was a lot of us sharing our insights and what we've learned, bringing up topics, and then had a lot of people wanting to jump in from the audience who are also early careerists, and some newer to healthcare, some new to their career in general. So that was awesome, and it also tied really nicely in with the presentation I went to before that, which was on burnout and engagement. So it dovetailed perfectly in.
Yeah, so what were some of the topics of early careerists that y'all covered today?
Yeah, so we covered mentorship. We covered questions to ask when you're thinking about whether or not to take a role. Is it the time to take a new role? Career pathing and what that can look like laterally or climbing the ladder, kind of identifying your values in your career, what you're wanting out of your career, and then making decisions based off of that. Different healthcare environments, different practice situations, all sorts of things. Yeah.
So what's something that, I don't know if it surprised you or not, but either really gained your interest as people were talking about it, they were sharing, what was something that really resonated with you, maybe an anecdote, a story that one of the participants shared?
Yeah, I think it's mostly just really interesting that we've all gone through similar journeys, like different experiences, but similar questions. So contemplating, how can I expand my skill set? Where do I pivot from here? We had one person who was actually a previous attorney in the audience and shared his journey of hey, I grew up always wanting to do that, but then decided maybe this isn't for me after trying it out and kind of pivoted. So I think it was really interesting to hear different people's backgrounds. We had a physician, we had a social worker, we had someone from marketing, general practice management. So I think it was more hearing different people's career journeys and just that they were all coming here to learn and get more in-depth expertise.
Yeah, are there any common themes that are emerging? Because you are an early careerist, but you're also researching the topic to some degree at least and figuring out what other people are experiencing, whether it be a challenge or a goal or anything. Are you seeing any kind of themes emerge there?
This is probably not new, but work-life balance
Okay.
was a huge discussion. And I think just the importance of kind of learning vicariously as much as you can from other people.
Okay.
We really stressed like finding a mentor and initiating that. And I actually asked people to raise their hands in the room if they were an active mentor or mentee at the time. And we probably had like a good 80% of people doing that. So I think people are really engaged in that way.
That's incredible.
Yeah, so just kind of, I think, finding these other good minds to bounce ideas off of, confide in, get ideas from, and that's really the point of these resource groups too. So.
Now, we had you on the MGMA podcast recently, a few weeks ago or so. We talked about your continuing education, which is also very impressive. Did I get this right? Or were you working on 2 master's degrees simultaneously?
I was.
Okay.
Yeah, so I actually didn't start out doing that. So I started with one primarily the nutrition program, and then I was seeing actually just more people pursuing analytical certifications and just seeing more job descriptions. Like I think whether or not you're actively job hunting, it's great to go out there and see what companies are asking for. And there was just a lot more analytical side to a lot of finance and healthcare roles. So I started a certificate program and then it grew from there.
That is so incredible. So before we sign off, I have to ask, what's next? What is this early careerist thinking about in your next steps that you want to achieve or pursue?
Yeah, I think some of my mindset that I've been thinking about recently is just not confining yourself to one path. Really trying to learn as much as I can from other people's career paths and life stories. And I'm really inspired right now by people who are doing any type of like innovative thing, whether it's corporate innovation, entrepreneurship. So I'm kind of starting to think down different paths and just see what the future might hold there.
That is so cool. Melinda Mastel, early careerist, speaker here at the MGMA Leaders Conference. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
All right.